guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is episode 4 of the Halloween makeup series. And as you already know from the title, today we're creating a pumpkin look. So we're gonna have a little bit of glam, a lot of pumpkin, and a lot of Halloweeny spooky makeup vibes. Before I start the video, remember to hit the thumbs up if you enjoy this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the Halloween episodes I upload. If you have missed any of the other episodes, I will link them down below so you can go check them out. But so far, I've done a clown look, skeleton look, and some simple Halloween eyeliners. That's enough rambling from me. Let's get on into the video. Our first step of this video is to block our brows, or shall I say brow. So it's gonna be like a pumpkin on a pumpkin on 2/3 of my face. I'm gonna have glam here and an entire pumpkin all the way around. So I want to block out this brow so we can't see it when I paint the pumpkin onto my face. So you may have seen this in my other videos, like my clown one, but I will show you how to do it again in this video in case you missed it. So first, all you need is a Pritt stick, basically any washable glue, as when you just get it wet, your eyebrow will turn to normal. So what we're gonna do, take the glue and just rub it backwards and forwards in the brow like that. You can see there's a lot on there. Now take a spoolie and brush the hairs up flat against your face. So we want to get them as flat as possible. So brush them in like the way the hair follicle is positioned, if that makes sense. So then you won't see them. So then after I brush them, I then take a brush, but like the end of it, and flatten them down to my skin even more. And basically now we have a fluffy brow. So what I'll do, I let this layer dry and then I do it 2 more times so we won't see any of the hair when we paint over it. So now the first layer is dry, apply the glue, but this time apply it in the direction your hairs are going because you don't want to mess up the placement that we've worked on. Now what we're gonna do, we'll let that layer dry and then we'll do 1 more. Time for the last layer. Again, following the direction of the hairs. So you saw I was just putting it on a bit messy, so it has gone a bit on my forehead. What I do, just take a cotton pad and some micellar water. You can even do it with water and just wash around the brow, but not getting too close because we want those hairs to remain stuck down for as long as possible. So I just go above like so, and then I'll do the same below. Now let's set this in place. So with some translucent powder, I'm going in with the e.l.f. High Definition one. I'm just gonna powder over the brow. We do this so it stays in place and it's easier to paint over, because right now it's kind of shiny and it will be hard to get paint over the top. So use a lot of powder and push it in. There you go, really simple. Powder done. So before we start creating and painting the pumpkin, I'm going to do a bit of glam on this side here. So I'm just going to do the glam like I usually would. I'm gonna keep it in the video but kind of keep it quite short. So taking some foundation, I'm just going to apply it like so. So it could be helpful to draw out the line, but I prefer to do that after I've done this step here. Because as you see, I'm not putting the foundation area, which could seem a bit weird. And it does actually feel weird, but it's not, and it will make sense. I'm not going to go crazy with the base routine, so I'm not going to do any more base products. I'm just going to go straight in with some setting powder to set that foundation. Next, I'm going to move on to my brow. So like usual, I'm just going to brush the hairs in place. Now I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. And now I'm going to fill out my brows like I usually would. But I am going to make them a bit darker, as I feel like it would stand out better from when I do the pumpkin. Now I'm going to do a quick eye look. So I'm going to add some bronzer into my crease. This is the Doll Beauty bronzer in the shade medium. So I've got the product on my brush and then just buffing it through that crease. Now I'm going to take a shimmer shade and place it on my lid. I'm going to go in with the Love Island palette. This is from Revolution. I'm going to take this shade here called Grafton. Just going to pick it up on my finger and then apply it directly to the eyelid. And then I'm just going to blend that in with a bronzer. Next, I'm going to add a cute wing, and I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Aligner. So we're basically done. I'm just going to add some mascara and a wispy lash, and I'm going to be using an Ardell wispy lash. So I'm just going to do that, and then we'll be back to do the pumpkin look. And there is the glam side done. That means we can crack on with this pumpkin. So first I'm going to take a black eyeliner and I'm going to sketch where I want the pumpkin and the glam makeup to meet. So I've just sharpened my pencil. So let's draw this. I'm using black and the line's going to stay black, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to create it like cracked or like zigzagged, like basically half my... Yeah, I don't know. Let me just draw it and explain. So starting from the top, and I want to finish about here. I'm going to take the pencil and draw something like this. Then I'm just gonna go back into the hairline. And ta-da, there's my line done. Now you can see why I only did glam in that one area. Now we need to paint this side orange. Use whatever you've got. And today I have access to Cream Color Circle by Crayolan Professional Makeup. So I don't have an orange, as you can see, but I'm just going to mix the red and the yellow in the back of the palette. Take any brush as well, whatever you feel comfortable with. It doesn't really matter. I like taking a dense brush so I can like pat it in, because with cream paints, you can get the streaks like you can with your foundation. So first I'm going to mix the colors. So first picking up the red. Now I've mixed the color I want. Let's start painting. Actually, it's a bit too dark, so I'm just gonna add a bit more of that yellow. So this is really simple, just painting the entire gap. I'm not gonna record the entire thing as that would take up too much time, but I will show you how easy it is to paint over the brows. Again, I just follow the direction of the hair so I don't accidentally mess it up. And there we go. So I'm just gonna paint my entire face, and then, well, not my entire face, this part of my face, and then I'll be back. So now I've painted this part of my face orange. As you can see, I have left a gap between the line, and that is because I used a bigger brush, but also I didn't need to go so close because I am going to like thicken out that line and do some shading with some black. But first, before we do that, I am just going to powder this orange so it stays in place and doesn't move as easily. So again, going in with this high definition powder from e.l.f. and just passing it on the orange. Now let's work on this line detail. So using the same palette, I'm going to be taking this black shade here. I'm going to go along this line and add some shading. So I'm picking up that cream paint on an angle brush, like one of the eyebrow brushes or liner brushes, like this. And then I'm going to basically place it along the line. First, I'm going to do it quite thick, like so. So I'm going to do this all the way along the line, and then I'm going to be back to show you how I create like a shadow. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Now I've added black along the entire line. I'm taking a pencil brush with no like paint on it, and what we're going to do, we're just going to blend out that black into the orange, just creating the smokiness. That's what I'm going to call it, but like so, just pulling it in to the orange, like so. You don't want to be pushing it that way. You want to be just keeping it within the pumpkin side of the face. Continuing all the way down, and then we'll set it with some powder. So this time I'm just going to be taking a large-ish eyeshadow fluffy brush. Then I'm going to pick up some more translucent powder, and I'm going to set that black line. But do be careful because the black will get on your brush, which is fine, you can just wash it off. But as you put it onto your face, you don't want to be spreading the black colour where you don't want it. So this time be precise and just stick to the line like I am doing here. Okay, so let's continue on with this look. So before I draw in the usual pumpkin lines, I'm going to be drawing the eye and the mouth feature first, because then this will make it easier for me when I do draw those lines. So I'm just going to take the same angle brush I was using before, and I'm going to start on the eye first. So again, going in with this black cream paint. This time I want to create the eye detail. I'm going to create a cutout. So something, you know, when you carve pumpkins, you can carve any eye shape you want. I'm going to be carving a triangle. So let me draw a line. So I don't want it to be too big because I don't want it to take over the entire look. There you go. There's my triangle shape. Now I'm just going to fill it in with the same brush. Taking my time because I don't want to go outside the lines, and cream paints can be hard to clean up. Now it's completely filled in. I'm going to take the same brush I used to set this line and to set the eye. So we're going to pick it up and pick some translucent powder, being very careful and just keeping it inside the black triangle. And for the under eye, I'm actually taking a smaller brush because it's so much easier. Time to add the mouth detail. So basically we want to just do a smiley mouth. It's very simple. So again, this can be done any way you want, as it is a pumpkin carving, but I'm just going to do a basic smile today. Using the same angle brush I've been using for the black all this time. I'm going to start at the bottom here, not talk so much, so go like so. And now I'm going to draw the top line. Just like that. And guess what we're going to be doing now? Yep, we're going to fill it in and then set it. So this time I am going to fill it in and set it all off camera, and then we'll be back to add the pumpkin detail. And here is the mouth complete. So let's go on and draw the lines. So as you see in the pumpkin, they have like the lines which kind of make the definition kind of thing. We're going to add this to the face. We're going to be doing it in black. Basically, we want to draw lines top to bottom all the way across. As many as you want, as big as the gaps you want, kind of up to you. But let's do that. So again, really difficult talking when I do this because I want to keep the lines straight as possible, but I also kind of want it to go outwards to show like the pumpkin bowing, or it has like definition, if you know what I mean. So taking that liner brush and just painting it on like so. When we come to the eye, I'm going to stop painting but lift the brush, come down, and then draw underneath like that. Do the same for the mouth. And I'm going to stop my pumpkin here, and I'll show you what I do under the head afterwards. But don't worry if the line's a bit messy, as I prefer it kind of smoky, so I'll paint them on and then smoke them out like I did here. So let's add another one, kind of leaving the same gap as I did there. Come to the eye, so I pick up my brush. The same again. I'm going to leave it like that. You could add another line here, but I think it looks good. Now I'm going to move on to this side, and this is where it gets maybe a bit difficult. It's like, do you want to draw a line on the nose or not? So I'm going to start on this side and then see if it looks okay and see if we need a line in the middle, because drawing it on the nose is a tad difficult. So I'm not going to add a line in the middle because imagine a pumpkin, how they are round. It kind of, this is the gap where it like kind of bows, you get what I mean? So I'm gonna leave it like so. Now I'll take in a clean small brush. All I'm gonna do is run the brush down the line really lightly, just to kind of blend it out a little bit, as I want it kind of smoky and not like a harsh line. But I don't want to blend out too much that you lose the definition of the line. Now that all the lines are drawn, let's now add some definition to like the pumpkin, add some detail. So to add some shadow and detail, I want to lighten each of these sections up with some paint. So on a small fluffy brush, I'm going to pick up this yellow shade. What I'm going to do, I'm literally going to add it into these sections, and then I will blend it out afterwards. Now taking a clean fluffy brush, we're just going to bounce it to blend it out. Then here is my pumpkin, basically complete, and it looks so good. So let's talk about what I wanted to do under the chin here. I'm gonna pick up that black shade and just like smoke it out under the head. You could continue the pumpkin all the way down your neck and on your chest if you wanted that sort of look, but I'm just keeping it on the head. And to create some shadow underneath, just gonna take the black and apply it like so, basically to my double chin. Stop about here and then I'll just smoke it out. So taking a clean brush now and just blending that colour out, and then afterwards, you know the drill, we'll set it. Now just picking up that translucent powder and setting it like so. So you can leave the look like this, or you can add two things. You can either add some cracks to show how it's cracked your skin and gone into the glam look, or the mouth is cracked or the eye is cracked. I'm going to leave both details the way they are today, and I'm going to add some scab blood along this line to just kind of show the pumpkin tearing through my beautiful glam look. So I'm going to be taking some Ben Nye scab blood today. Looks like so, on this flat square brush. This is the M410 if you wanted to know. So unfortunately I didn't leave the lid on fully when I last used this, so it has gone a bit dry, but I've actually added some Made by Mitchell swell solution to like kind of fix it. So I added some of this to kind of fix it. I think it worked, but let's just try and see what happens. So I'm just going to take some on this brush. I'm just going to add it to the cracks on this side. So first, as you can see, I'm just kind of painting on the redness of the bit that I can put on, and then afterwards gonna try pick out some of the dry scabby bits of blood, and then I'll add it to the look. So what I would usually do is use a Q-tip to get the like scab bits on my face, but unfortunately I've run out, so I am going to use my fingers and the brush as much as I can. There you go, to get the scab bits off, like so. So I get the scab bits on my skin, and then I smush about the brush, if that makes sense. So it kind of looks like my blood is congealed, or like technical term, clotted. So what I'm going to do, I've got some on my finger. I'm just going to bounce it along to make it look more gory and realistic. And then here is my completed pumpkin look. Let me know what you think of this look in the comments, and if you do like it, please hit the huge thumbs up. If you are new here, please subscribe so you can see all my makeup tutorials and lots of other things which I do on this channel. And if you are interested, go check out my channel and see what videos you like. Also, remember to click on that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a video. Overall, I'm super happy with the way the look turned out. I think it's got a cute vibe as well as a gory vibe, and I just really like how it looks. And also you can be creative and change the look depending how you feel. You can do your own personal glam. You can do a different shape of the mouth, of the eye. It's all up to you, which is why I love makeup so much. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. It means so much to me. I will see you in my next video next week. Bye guys.